Thank you, distinguished chair. Distinguished colleagues, as a point of order, a right of reply, we believe it's necessary to reply to the statement that we heard from a government delegation of the Russian Federation, which called into doubt the belonging to a certain people through blood as well as way of life. And it was mentioned yesterday by an expert member of the forum who explained the selection of a indigenous person to a second term and said that they were weary of doing so. And this kind of assertion, which is not supported by facts, is unacceptable as part of the work of the United Nations and undermines trust in the well-established multilateral mechanism. Members of the forum are selected through established criteria and stand out due to their independent qualities as independent experts. Disputing their competency without any supporting evidence is non-constructive criticism and an attempt to discredit the Institute as a whole. I'd like to recall that states that supported the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples are bound to act in good faith and to support the effective work of the mechanism established to support the rights of indigenous peoples. Attempts to undermine the authority of these mechanisms runs counter to the spirit and letter of the adopted obligations. I call on all to refrain from this kind of rhetoric and to return to relevant, meaningful discussions based on facts and the mandates agreed upon by all states. To prevent a repetition of the situation, we believe it is important to take a number of practical measures under the mandate of the Permanent Forum. First of all, it would be helpful to reflect in the outcome recommendations of the forum a provision on the unacceptability of unjustified discrediting of independent experts and a need for respect for their mandates from all parties. Secondly, we propose the Secretariat of the Forum examine the possibility of reminding all of the rules of procedure of the UN, including standards on respectful behavior during discussions. Thirdly, we believe it is justified, if these incidents recur, to use procedural mechanisms, including formal reprimands for inappropriate statements. And if needed, the missions should be asked to provide the relevant evaluations. Fourthly, it's important to strengthen institutional understanding of the role of the forum, including by explaining the mandate of its members and their expert status when implementing the UN Declaration. These steps are aimed not to limit discussions, but rather to ensure that they are professional and respectful in nature, as well as based upon the mandate, which is the collective responsibility of all participants. Our voices must be heard on this platform of the Permanent Forum, which is established for indigenous peoples. And this is law. Thank you.
I thank the distinguished forum member.